Hey, welcome to Lab Games. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Francis.
And today we're going to play Lord of the Rings Journeys
in Middle-earth.
in Middle-earth.
Yes. We have our Middle-earth map.
We do.
So we don't get lost.
We don't want to get lost in Middle-earth.
But we might get lost.
But we might.
All right, so Journeys in Middle-earth is a cooperative kind of adventure experience designed by Nathan Hodgick and Grace Holdinghouse, published by Fantasy Flight Games. Plays in about 1 to 2 hours. And we will be playing the first scenario. So this is a campaign-driven game, but we'll just be playing the first scenario for you, so we shouldn't be spoiling anything.
Right.
But you'll get an idea for what kinds of things you can expect to run into in Middle-earth.
All right, so join us at the table, and we'll show you how it plays. All right, welcome to the table.
Welcome to Middle-earth.
Welcome to Middle-earth.
Which has not been discovered yet.
Not yet, but it will be in just a moment. So we are going to play, as Francis said, the cooperative campaign, Scenario 1.
Yes.
So you may have a little bit of spoilers, but it's really more or less an introductory scenario, and it's pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
So at least you'll definitely get an idea of the mechanics and how this game actually works. So we, most importantly, it's app-driven.
Yes.
Right, so we have the iPad out, and you should be able to see kind of what we're going through and how we kind of navigate through the game system, and it tells you pretty much everything you need to do. It manages the game for you. What you really have to do is make decisions on what you want to do on your turn, and then take a series of tests every time you come across something. So with that, take a look at the table, and you'll see there's nothing down.
Right.
Pretty much. Middle-earth hasn't been set up yet. We are at the introductory screen for this scenario. We've created our party, so we've each chosen a character, and this game plays 1 to 5 players. So we're doing it too, and the app will scale the difficulty based on the player count you set up in the game.
Yes.
For the game, I've chosen Legolas as my character, who
so good.
is really good at fighting people, and every character in this game, just to understand, you choose your character card. And then you have to put together a character deck, which is going to consist of 6 basic action cards, you'll understand how that works in a minute. You're also going to get, I believe, 3 cards for that particular character, and a number of cards for your class. And I could be wrong with the counts of cards, but I was just looking here. So yeah, 3 cards for your class. So I'm a hunter, so I get 3 hunter cards, 6 basic cards, and I think 4 Legolas cards, or 5 Legolas cards, whatever. So in any case, you get that's your player deck, right? Yeah. And you chose a different character.
I did.
Right?
So I chose Barivor, and she is very good at getting around the board.
Yes.
So we tried to be a little bit strategic in how we chose our characters, just knowing that we're going to have to be facing a lot of bad stuff and testing some stuff, and also having to search a lot. So
right. So we've played with, I think, 4 of the 6 characters that you can be in this game so far, and I kind of like Legolas the best personally because he's the best at taking people
really
down.
Good.
So he's a hunter, so he's going to be good at hunting, really.
Right.
So it's really important to kind of really have a good team that supports each other, right? So in any case, to move on. So the way you set it up is you have your deck built. You get 2 starting items. I think some people get 3. You get it tells you what to do in the app, but you can choose your own items. And what Legolas is starting with, based on the app, is a great bow for his weapon and a cloak for his armor, so to speak. And then you also place out in your active section of your board your level, or your number 1 skill, like your job, your class, right? So Hunter 1 card comes out for him, which is resourceful. And we'll go into that in a second. So what do you have as far as your starting?
So Barivor starts with a staff and travel garb.
Okay.
Which allows me to increase certain things and also get across the board. And then her skill is, she's a Pathfinder, so her skill is Trailblazer. So she'll gain inspiration for doing things, which is going to help us in our testing.
Yes, so you'll understand what inspiration means as well. There's a lot of things to go through, but we don't want to spend too much time talking about all of that. So in any case, what things to note, though, is in your active skill section, you're only allowed to have 4 active skills at any time, and we already start with 1. You're going to have some passive abilities. We'll go through that once we set it up. So let's get through the beginning, right? So to set the stage, right? So we're playing the Bones of Arnor scenario. So the shadows grow, though few take notice. The vigilant, the wary, and the old. We can feel it, but it is a darkness that rises slowly. It dwells among us, masked and unobtrusive. One must be paranoid to know it's there, to notice it, to hunt it, and root it out. In recent months, a rash of thefts has swept through Eriador, from the white towers of Emin Beriad to the old ruins of Weathertop. Not 2 weeks passed, many of the older treasures of the Shire's Matham House disappeared into the night. So there was a robbery.
There's been a robbery.
Right. The significance of these thefts may seem small, but I sense the shadows in their wake. I fear a sinister and hidden purpose, and so I have called for your aid.
All right.
So we've been summoned, so we're going to embark on this journey.
Embark.
And I have the sound. It's got really good music and all sorts of sound effects and stuff, but we've got that turned out.
Right.
So A Shadow in Eriador Chapter 1. Continue. So it has a great map of Middle-earth here, similar to the one behind us. So, theft of the Matham House is the talk of the Shire. For some do Shire folk play a role in the larger world, and so these events seem small as a hobbit. But one small fellowship is gathered together to seek out these brigands. So we're going to the South Downs. We're going to continue. Or we could just save and quit and call it a place.
Right, we're like, yeah, I think I've had enough for today.
Yes. So now it's got our characters, so Legolas and Bearvor. So my role for Legolas, as we know, and we said earlier, is Hunter. And you are
Bearvor's a
Pathfinder,
yes.
right? So we're going to embark. All right, so we're going to gaze into the Palantir.
Yeah.
All right, so as we're getting, it's going to tell us now where the map is. So we have a bunch of map tiles, right?
Right.
And the way the app works is it'll start to reveal the map as we sort of adventure forward, right? This is all about adventure.
And we're gonna try and build it out properly. So, we always end up having to move our stuff down because the map comes out where you don't
all over,
expect it
because you don't know. You have an idea, but it's not really exact. So somewhere amid this maze of dark thickets and steep gullies, the band of thieves now hides. Your direction is informed by a set of tracks from 2 days ago, and you can only guess the location of the thieves' lair. All right, so place tile 302A as indicated. So we have so many tiles, and we're going to go ahead and have to put these out. And yeah, this is probably the hardest part is finding the tile you need. And it tells you exactly how to orient this tile.
Yes, it does.
And if there's like a little fog in an area on the map, it'll tell you kind of that's where the unexplored section is, so you can kind of anticipate where it's going to go. All right, so if you cannot locate the enter the hideout by dark, the trail may be altogether lost. That's sort of our timer. Place heroes as indicated. Right, so we are going to place them on this section. Yeah. All right, so each hero scouts 2. Now we've got to get to that point. So, what scouting means, we'll have to explain. But just to start with my skill resourceful, after you prepare this skill, gain 1 inspiration. So I actually gain 1 inspiration right off the start from setup.
Oh, okay.
So my character can hold up to 5, and these are going to be good for taking tests, and we'll explain that in a second. At the end of your turn, you may discard this skill to gain 1 inspiration or scout 1. So that's pretty cool, too.
Okay.
But what does scout mean?
Yeah, so scouting is going to actually be our mechanism to allow us to bring out more skills. Correct. And we'll do this every round. So what we'll do is we'll scout 2, meaning we'll reveal the top 2 cards from our deck. And then we get to choose 1 to keep.
Correct.
In our skill set down here.
Right.
So,
and the other cards you put back in the deck you can place on the top or the bottom in any order, and that's important because this game is all about deck management.
Yeah.
And think of this as your hand and this is your deck, right? So you have to manage your hand and manage your deck.
Right.
So scouting of 2 means, like you said, reveal 2. Ooh, this is interesting.
Yeah, so I'll explain kind of what I'm going to keep and why really quickly. So I have 1 skill called Ways of Old. It's a tactic, and it allows me to do some special stuff when I test. The other one is called Into Hiding, and it lets me go into hiding under certain circumstances. I'm going to keep the Into Hiding, and the primary reason why is not only because it's good, but also, these little symbols on our cards are going to be our successes. And a lot of what we're doing in this game is testing. We don't have that many successes in our deck.
There's like 4 out of all these cards.
Yes, so it's all about getting those to come up and then also mitigating them. So right now, I think that skill is probably going to be more powerful than what's on this for the testing. So I'm just going to leave that on top.
Right, and I had a similar scenario where I had a success card that I could have kept out. So the kicker here is if you put that success card into your tableau or your hand, it's not going to be in your deck for testing.
Exactly.
So you're going in already handicapping yourself because you're going to have 1 less ability.
With the hope of being able to use that skill.
Right.
But
they're more powerful skills, but it's kind of a balance here. So just want to go over our passives just so we know we're not missing anything.
Okay. Yeah.
So like Legolas passes once per round during my turn. I may spend 1 inspiration token to move 1 space without provoking attacks. So that's like a free move for him. So what is yours?
So once per round after I sprint, hide, or strike, I can scout one.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's great.
All right, so I have Resourceful, which I read earlier. Immortality is the skill I took and activated. So it's an innate skill. I can either do a Rest 2, I can discard this at the end of my turn to discard some wounds or fear, and Strike 2, when I attack, I can discard this. That boosts my attack by 2 more hits, which is really important. So that's scouting, right? Pretty simple. It's really just managing your hand in your deck. So let's move on here. All right, an old tree stands far above the rest. Some ancient power feeding its twisted roots.
All right.
Place a search token as indicated.
Cool. So the search token just tells us that there's something to search there. So we'll drop that.
All right.
And we have another one,
A
right?
bed of dark red flower surrounds an ancient stone. Another search token. Place 100A. So that I happen to have right here.
Okay.
So that'll go there.
Okay.
Cool. And, we have a person.
Oh, ragtag individuals?
Yeah, in the distance, a group of ragtag individuals close the doors of a stone tomb.
What do they look like? Are they the hooded ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
This could be your quarry, the thieves you are looking for.
Question mark?
Place a person token as indicated. So we know there's people there. Wow, 205A.
205A.
We are just building.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's grab all these.
Okay.
205, let me know if you see it. 208. 408.
Nope.
200. 207, 205.
205.
Well, the very last tile I grabbed.
Yeah, I know. There we go. All right, cool. So this is going to go like that.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on with setup here. Oh my goodness.
201B.
They just like blowing this map up. Boom. That was quick. All right.
Okay.
201B.
Wait a minute. I need to make sure.
It's upside
Like
down.
that?
Nope. See, the 201B goes pointing that way. That's the easiest way to know.
Oh, yeah. I'm making sure I put that other one the right
there.
way. Okay, there we go. Cool.
All right.
Okay.
Place exploration tokens on those two squares. So that's for the actual tile itself hasn't been explored, so we don't know what's there yet.
Yeah.
And you just really have to get onto that tile. So pausing to tighten your boots and adjust the weight of your gear, you take a breath before continuing on. Each hero tests spirit. Each hero who passes, spirit 1. So we only have to get 1 success. Each hero who passes gains 1 inspiration.
All right, so when we test, we're testing spirit, so we're each going to look at our character cards, and that will tell us how many we can pull. So I'm going to pull 3 in order to test spirit.
I have a spirit of 2, so I get 2. 1, 2.
3. Okay.
All right.
And I passed.
And I
So
knew,
I need to get 1 success.
since I had scouted that success up top, I knew I was going to get at least 1. So we both passed, which is good. Now these go in your discard
yeah,
pile.
so we both get an inspiration. There you go.
Boom. And I have a limit of 5 inspiration. You have how many?
Just 1. Oh, my limit is 4.
Okay. Updated objective, confront the thieves.
Okay.
All right, so action phase. So now we're going to go ahead and start taking actions.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So,
I would like to go first.
okay. It doesn't matter who goes first here.
No. it
You
doesn't.
can go in any order. We both only get to take 2 actions, though.
Right. So the reason why I want to go first is because I do want to play this into hiding skill.
Okay.
And so what this does is during your turn, if there are no enemies in your space, which there are not, you may discard this card, or discard this skill for you and each other hero in your space to become hidden.
Okay.
So we're going to become hidden before we part ways.
That sounds good.
We're going into hiding.
I like the hide.
You get the hidden skill thing. I get this. Or it's like a feature, isn't it? More
Yeah, it's like a status.
Yeah.
If you are attacked, so hidden means if you're attacked before you test, prevent all damage and discard this boon. When you attack, you may discard this boon to add +1 success. So it has two benefits.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's a very good
So
status.
my goal is probably going to be to like get that into my Discord every time, so I can keep bringing it up.
That's really
All
good.
right.
Yeah.
So okay. So for my first,
And that doesn't count as an action.
I'm thinking about where I want to go. So for our actions, we can move, we can search or interact with something, or we can fight. We don't have anything to fight right now. But can you click on these eyeballs again and see?
Yeah, so you can
always reference
click
those.
on it, just don't test it.
Yeah. So an old tree stands far above the rest. Cancel that.
So that's an old
That's
tree, and that one is a bed of dark red flowers surrounding an ancient stone.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then there's people, which we can interact with as well. We know they're bad. They're bad news.
Yeah, they are bad news bears. I think what I might do is go down here and explore.
Okay.
Because we're gonna start to like when we end the round, we're gonna get negative points if we don't.
Yeah. So there's a threat meter on the top, like any other Lord of the Rings type thing. It's like the darkness is coming. So as you do stuff, certain things. You're going to get threat no matter what based on player count, but you're going to get additional threat for enemies on the board or unexplored tiles. So you want to kind of knock those out quickly to keep your threat low. The minute it hits each threshold, monsters start coming out.
Right. So I'm going to go 1, and then I'd like to go 2.
Yes.
But as soon as I enter this, it becomes explored immediately, right?
And
not as an action.
It's not an action, it just happens. So you click on it and then explore. So what does that say?
So wind brushes over the grass, making the wood of an old gibbet creak ominously. Discard the exploration token and gain an inspiration, which is super convenient because it's double-sided. So you can just take the inspiration.
All right, the journey continues. So that didn't reveal anything new.
And then I'm going to continue my move of 2 down here, and we'll do the same thing.
Yep. So you get to move 2 spaces, basically.
Yep. A great oak rises from the ruins of a forgotten outpost. So I get to keep this one as well.
Gain 1 inspiration. But you see a body upon the ground and hear the sound of a shovel striking earth nearby. Place a threat token as indicated.
Oh, no. Okay.
So we've just revealed a threat, which is not good.
Yeah, that's not great.
A patch of sharp smelling grass surrounds a large stone. Place a search token where you are. And the journey continues. All right, so that wasn't
for my
terrible.
second action, I'll go ahead and explore this token down here.
Okay.
Since I'm already here. So all we're going to do is click on that in the app and explore it. So what does it say?
The grass is quite spiky and seems to be somewhat succulent. You notice the stone has some carvings on it. You're able to decipher the carvings on the stone. Sharp blades are cut to heal. What?
That doesn't make any sense.
Test.
So we're testing wit for 2.
All right. What's your wit?
My wit is 2.
Oh, that's terrible. So you need 2
good.
successes.
1. Oh, that's a success. 2. I got
2. Wow.
I
You
won.
passed the test.
I win. That's like both my successes, though. I have like no more successes left in my
So
deck.
go ahead. What do we have?
Okay, so you realize the phrase refers to the blades of grass surrounding the stone. This must be a medicinal plant.
Oh, okay.
You carefully break a blade of grass, and a thick, pleasantly scented gel oozes out. It must be like aloe or something.
Yeah.
You may discard 1 face down
Wound.
or flip 1 wound face down. I don't have any wounds right now.
Discard
then
the search
discard
token.
the search
All right,
token,
so that would have been
was kind of
good if you were hurt.
Yeah,
But that's it.
but that's okay.
So your turn. You took a travel action
And search.
and a search action. Now, in this game, when you do travel, you are allowed to travel 1, take your second action,
Right.
and then continue on your travel. So that's you're not kind of stuck just doing one then the other.
Right.
So I could explore these with the hopes of finding something good, but I think I'd like to find out what these dudes are all about. So I will do, or I could, I don't have enough actions to get down here quickly enough to deal with that threat right now. I mean, I probably could, but is it worth it?
I don't think it's
I think
worth
we
it.
want to find out. So
Yeah.
I'll do move 1 for my travel and then interact with these guys and find out what they're all about. So you note the garb mimics that of Brelanders, but their accents are varied. These are not merely local riffraff. You pause and consider what is your best approach. Well-met friends, sneak up and eavesdrop, or step away from the tomb or else. I suppose I should sneak up and eavesdrop because I'm kind of
You are
agile,
pretty stealthy.
right?
Right.
And that's good because it's an agility test.
Okay.
So, slinging behind a tree, you attempt to get close enough to overhear the group's conversation. So I'm testing agility. My agility is 4.
Okay.
So I get to draw 4 cards here.
Yeah, no, this is a different kind of test, and I think you might be able to see the screen a little bit. But there's no, you don't know what your success is going to be, so it's not like test agility 2 or something. So he's just going to put in as many successes as he thinks is going to be necessary, and depending on how many he puts is going to determine the outcome.
Right. So right now I have 2 successes and a couple of these leaf.
You're going to boost it?
So with these leaf symbols on cards, you can pay 1 inspiration per leaf to boost your success on a test. So I can boost this up to 3, and I think I will because I want to.
You want to make
I
sure
want to
that
knock
you're,
this
like,
one out,
pretty
right?
good.
Because he needs to hear what's going on here. So that's a 3 success run, and that's extremely high.
Yeah.
But that's 3 of my 4 successes already
Yeah.
pulled, so I don't have much left. All right, the ruffians are tense, but you overhear them discuss plans to loot 3 other ruins in the air before returning to their lair. Suddenly, a crow shrieks and a bandit hisses, "Quiet, we have guests." You hear blades drawn and footsteps growing closer. Become hidden, then discard this person token. I'm already hidden.
You're already hidden. Okay.
So
Interesting.
the enemy shows no sign of mercy nor any indication that they will accept the same in return. What malice in their eyes, they raise their weapons, ready to focus, or ready to defend what they have stolen. Place 2 ruffians as indicated. So it tells you exactly which figures to place. So I have all these NPC figures, and they're going to come in on this tile. Defeat the ruffians. That's my new objective, right? So I now can continue my turn, but I've already taken 2 actions. Like I can move again, but moving out of a space with active enemies provokes them, and they get to attack you.
Unless you spend an inspiration, in which case you can move one space without.
I could, but I don't think that's really worth it.
Yeah.
So I'll just stay where I'm at, right? Okay. So that pretty much ends our turns.
Yeah, right.
So then we go down and select this end. So end the action phase. So our actions are done. We're going to confirm. Now it's the shadow phase.
Yes,
so the bad guys get to go. All right, so move. So the monsters, it tells you which monster group is going to do what. So they're going to get a move of 2, and then they're going to attack Legolas or the closest hero.
Right.
So they don't need to even move.
Right.
And they're going to attack. If they were to move 2 and not be able to attack me, this would be unachievable, and I would hit that they don't have a target to achieve that. And then it would give me a secondary action for them to take. But since they achieved it, they're going to attack Legolas. Boom. Your foe swings a heavy warhammer as easily as he would swing a toy wooden sword. So now, might will negate some of this damage to me.
Right.
But if I thought I have a ability. Yeah, when attacked, if you're attacked, before you test, prevent all damage and discard this boon. So I'm going to discard hidden. So I'm going to negate all that damage.
Right.
I still get to test 2 might. 1, 2. And I have 1 success.
Perfect.
Every success negates 1 fear or damage on their attack. So I negate the 1 fear. I take no fear and no damage. That's exactly what you want to have happen. The shadow deepens. Though hope yet endures. Threat increases by 5. So it'll automatically track your threat.
Right.
At 15 threat, we're going to have some issues.
Yeah.
Now we do the rally phase. Each hero resets their deck and then scouts 2.
Perfect.
All of your discard goes back into your deck. You shuffle it up. And then we're going to do the scout 2 as we did earlier. And we're going to be able to kind of bring more cards out, which is nice. So hidden is actually really good.
That's really good.
That's
why I said, like, she's good at scouting too.
Yeah. Which is what we need you to do. Get this map sort of revealed for us.
Right. And actually, I probably could have scouted another one because it's after I sprint, hide, or strike.
Right. Scout 2. 1, 2.
Oh, it's both of my successes.
Oh, all right. I think I might do... When you test agility, you may discard this. Nah, I'm going to do this Undying Might. When I test strength, you may discard this. Because strength is sort of my weakness. Not really strong in might. I have good agility.
So I have this Ways of Old again, which is when you test, you may discard this skill to convert 1 inspiration to 1 success and scout 1. And it's also, I can also use it to sprint.
To move extra.
Well, discard to move 1 space, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, so and then this one is a Paths Unseen. So after I sprint with this, I can place another hero in my space without provoking attacks.
Oh, you can bring me in.
Yeah.
That's
Which
actually...
one do you think? I think this one would be better.
I would think so, yeah. That way you can get... Because I'm up here. If you need to get me down here very quickly, I think that's good. So
this will go on top.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we are done scouting.
Okay.
And we're back to our action phase.
Awesome. Okay.
Well, we could decide who wants to go first, so...
Do you want to go first and defeat the ruffians?
I guess I should.
Okay.
What I'd like to do, though,
you can't really move,
is... Well, I'm going to... I can't get out of this square. That's the problem. I'm, like, kind of stuck here. I would have liked to attack them without being in their square.
Okay. Well, I can make that happen.
How can you make that happen?
So I could do... Like, here's what I'm thinking. I could move as my first action and go 1, 2 here, and then use my Paths Unseen to sprint to this location, and then the benefit is after I sprint, I can move you into my space.
Right, but I don't
Then you would be just outside of their space.
I don't know if that would trigger their provoke, though.
But that's what I said, without provoking attacks.
Oh, without? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
why
what
don't
I
we do
said.
that?
Okay.
And then I can attack them without threat.
Yeah, and then that way I can get that back in my deck because it is a success.
So you're going to sprint with that.
So I'm going to move 2, 1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to use this to sprint, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I discard this.
Yeah.
But I get to place you in my space without provoking attacks.
I like that.
And then because I sprinted, I can scout 1.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Scout
Didn't
1.
want to do that. Oh, oops.
Put that back.
Oops. You may discard this skill to convert. Oh yeah, this is the one I just did.
Well, that's not bad. At least it's active.
I guess, yeah. Okay. It's just that it's a success.
I know. But you're really only going to do this one test, and that's pretty much your turn anyway.
That is. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, so then I'll explore this token.
All right, so an old tree stands for above the rest, some ancient power feeding its twisted roots. All right.
Climb the large roots along the surface. Jagged shapes repeat over and over, barely visible, but hinting at some foreign script. So I'm testing wisdom, which for me is a test of 3.
That's pretty good.
I only need 2. 1, 2, 3. Ooh.
So you do have some fate
I
symbols.
do. Yeah. So I can spend 1 fate symbol or the inspiration in order to pass.
All right. So test of 2 is passed.
Yes.
Although the script is warped and twisted by nature's untrained hand, you piece together the strange
Yes, I do.
script. Gain 1 inspiration. Then discard this search token.
Perfect. Okay.
So
still not exactly what we need. I don't
nothing.
think.
Yeah, not really finding anything
what we need here.
of note. But that's your turn. And
Yeah.
it got me out of
It did.
danger,
So now
and now
you
I can attack. So
from
the
abroad.
key with Legolas is that he has a great bow. And that great bow has this ranged attack symbol.
That is a great bow.
It is pretty great. Which means I can attack them from a space away. They, unfortunately, are not ranged, so they
Yes.
can't counterattack me. So to attack, so my first action is going to be to attack. And you just click on the enemy you want to attack.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack ruffians. So I basically am going to do tests, right?
Yes.
To attack. And you test the attribute that's on the weapon you're using.
Right.
And my attribute for my bow is agility, of course, which is a test of 4. So I get to draw 4 cards. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh.
A lot of fate, not a lot of successes. However,
Yeah.
I can spend 1 inspiration, and that will give me 2 successes. Now, with my great bow, 2 successes equals 5 hits. So my first action,
Right.
I'm going to do that, and I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. I don't have any other like characteristics of my attack, like piercing or smite or sundering, which you can get later on.
Yeah.
But none of it does that now. So I will apply
You should
that.
use your immortality and do a strike too.
I will, but I have a second attack.
Oh, okay.
So I'd rather do
Yeah,
that
that's true.
after. Because right now I know I've done enough damage to kill one of them.
Right.
So I will apply 5 hits and remove 1 ruffian, right?
Oh, 2 hits, not like 2 extra successes.
Correct.
Never mind.
So because my great
Yeah.
bow with 2 successes is worth 5 hits.
Yeah, it's good.
So I removed 1. Can the enemy attack? No,
No.
because they're at range, which is the beauty of having
Yes.
a ranged weapon.
Right.
But I am also out of inspiration right now. So
Right.
I'm going to attack them again for my second action because I want to kill them. So I will get to draw another 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 successes. And I know with
Perfect.
2 successes,
Nice.
I've got another 5 damage. Boom. And I wiped them out.
Yes.
So if you notice, this
Goodbye.
card called Burdened came up, and it's got no text on it.
Yeah.
It's a weakness.
Right.
Every character has 1 weakness card in their deck, which is sort of like filler.
It's drawn at random. Yeah,
Yes.
but it's just kind of like clogs your...
It clogs your deck. So killed him, remove the ruffian. You or a nearby hero gain 1 inspiration. I don't
should
have
take
any.
it.
I will take 1 inspiration, please. Because I am now inspired
And
by that.
nearby meaning in the same spot.
Nearby means in the same space or any adjacent space, not nearby.
When we first played this, I was like, here you go. Like, you're nearby here. And he's like, I'm not anywhere near you on this
We were
map.
on two ends of the
I was
map.
like, oh.
I'm like, I may be sitting next to you,
I
but
was like nearby, like,
Yeah.
like next to you.
I was
in
like,
the
nah, that's
circle.
not. They wouldn't know that. All right, sudden movement draws your eye. To your surprise, a goblin breaks cover and sprints away, disappearing into a wall of brambles. You follow with haste and find beyond the thicket a wide valley dotted with a few ruins, but no sign of the creature. Lore increases by 1. The lore is what carries over between campaigns, between scenarios.
Ooh,
All right.
new map. Okay.
So 200A tile is located.
Okay.
All right, I'll find that.
Move this.
What are you locating?
What?
Oh, the board, yeah, you kind of adjust that because it's a little starting to fill the table, right? So you don't know exactly where this board's going to go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so
the story kind of changes every time, so that's why.
It goes like that, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Boom.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay.
And we could probably adding more, God knows. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, here it goes.
Okay, 307A.
But we
That's
can
like
kind
the
of turn it
monster.
that way.
Yeah, we're
right?
gonna turn it sort of like this. Right? Is that good? And then that way we
sure,
can
as long as we're still
add this guy first, and then
as long as we're still on screen.
yeah, we're good.
Are we good?
Yeah, we have to move it down a little bit, but
So hold on, I'm just trying to. Wow, yeah, it's all the way down.
That's what I'm saying.
Here. My gosh. Yeah, there it goes, right there.
yeah,
All right, are we still off?
a little bit, yeah,
Well, I guess you could pull it down into this.
like this.
At some point, we're gonna have to turn this thing sideways.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Yeah,
going, let's
I
see.
think so. See if we have more. Whew. All right.
That's it.
So
Okay.
2 exploration tokens.
Okay. Okay. Good.
We can even I think go like
Turn it like that. A little
that.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
Okay.
Even though.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and I can re-rotate it on this to match
Okay.
like that.
Oh yeah.
See?
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's very flexible.
Yeah,
this
that's cool.
app. So we got the exploration tokens.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Go ahead. Read it.
Okay, what has drawn such a creature here, far beyond the reach of any orc stronghold? Its armor bore resemblance to that of Mount Graham, but far to the north does that mountain stand. A dark alliance has been formed, indeed, for such a creature to be summoned here. You must find tracks leading to the enemy's lair to continue. Searching the surrounding area will yield the clues and the tracks you need. Tracks needed, 3.
So we need 3 tracks.
Yep.
All right. Objective has been updated. Find clues to locate the hidden lair. Tracks needed 3. All right. So we've got a mission.
We got
And that's it. So we've just so now it's back to the action phase. So that
Right.
that kind of breaks it up. Because we're both done with our actions, we are
Right.
going to end the action phase. Shadow phase. So now the enemy attacks.
Right.
But there are no enemies. The shadow deepens. Though hope yet endures, threat increases by 7. So we are at 12. So at 15,
Yeah.
bad things are going to happen. Now we're getting extra threat every round for this bad
I know,
boy,
we gotta
and these 2
take care of that.
unexplored. So each hero resets their deck, and then scouts too. So
Okay.
again, we'll reset. So that's why it's not bad sort of running through your successes early, because
Yeah,
you don't
right.
really get much more than 2 actions, right? So if you had more than 4 successes, it would
It's
probably
like,
be too easy.
well, and once we get the monsters and stuff on the board,
Yeah.
then yeah, you're gonna have to test during your rally phase or
Yeah.
shadow phase. But
And see, I didn't even need to use my immortality ability because
yeah,
my attack was enough
right.
to kill them both in one shot. Now there are epic monsters; they get much tougher. So it's not always going to be the case. So Scout 2, what do I want to bring out? See, when you interact with a search or threat token before you test, you may discard the skill to test. Oh, agility instead, and then I get to scout one. That's good, but it's a success card. I think I might do it.
See, I'm all the way over there.
All right, so I'm at my max of activated skills or equipped skills. Yeah, you probably don't want to put
I don't want to put any more successes in
Yeah.
my thing, even though that's that good paths unseen one.
right,
But,
but at least you know you have a success on the top. So we're
Yeah.
back to our action phase. Let's
Okay.
go on to the next turn.
all right,
all right.
I'm gonna go first, and try to get down here. So let me take I'm going to go, where am I? 1, 2, and then I'm going to discard my Trailblazer.
Yep.
To sprint. But before I sprint, I gain an inspiration. So
Okay.
I'm at my max.
Are you at
now.
4 now?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm now at 4. So that'll let me go here though, and that will explore this tile.
All right, cool. Let's do that. Spray of these waters keeps the banks damp and muddy. Perfect for preserving footprints. Discard 1 exploration token again.
I can't.
You cannot
get the
gain.
inspirations.
Unfortunately. That stinks, right? Ah, okay. Looking down at the muddy ridge, you notice that there may be tracks on the shore. The way down, however, is steep, slippery, and bears no clear path. So that's going to be treacherous. So another search token. High in a tree, you see a shoddy platform crafted from old lumber. The vantage point might make it easier to spot signs of thieves. Journey continues, so you get to go again.
All right, so I can either deal with this threat, or I can search here. I can move again, but the disadvantage is going to be I have all this inspiration that I can't collect. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So...
Deal with the threat. Can you get to it?
Well, I can't.
Oh, you can't move.
I can't. I mean, I could sprint.
Yeah.
And then deal with it.
I would do that. It's your last thing anyway, so.
Because the threat I know is hurting us.
Well, I think we're gonna crest it anyway, but I would definitely deal with that threat if you can, because then I don't have to, and I can just push as far south as I can.
That's fine. So I'll sprint here. And we'll do this. So I guess hit the...
All right, so you're gonna use your second action to deal with this threat. So you see a body upon the ground and hear the sound of a shovel striking the earth, right? Yep. Approaching warily, you notice that the victim has been recently murdered in this very place.
Super.
Test wit 1.
Okay, and I know that that's going to be a success.
Bang. So you are successfully passing. That's 2 of them.
I know, it sucks so bad.
Nearby, someone is digging into the earth, but the shape is not that of a grave. You can only guess that they are attempting to discover some lost treasure. Oh, do you want to leave or confront them?
Ooh, I don't know. Let's confront them.
Oh, dear. You step forward, allowing your shadow to overcast the hole and anyone inside. Test might.
Okay, that's 3 for me. So 1, 2.
Oh, no.
3.
Oh, it's a test 2.
It's a test 2, so I can discard 2 inspiration.
Two fate symbols, so you can do 2 inspiration, and you will pass that. With a shout, those inside spring from the hole and back away. It's yours now. We want no trouble. The closest stutters, and then they all turn and flee. Replace the threat token with a search token.
Nice. Boom. Cool.
All right, so we just
that gets rid of some of my inspiration, so I can
Yes.
collect it more readily.
Okay,
And that is it. Though.
that was your turn. So what am I going to do? I am going to have to sprint. So I will play light-footed, and I will sprint.
Yeah. And I guess I can't, because I sprinted, but it probably is like right after you sprint.
Yes, where you gain when you gain and you were already capped on inspiration, right? So I'm going to sprint 1 just to get...
Well, it lets you scout.
Oh, it does, okay.
Yeah, but I didn't want to, so...
So I sprint 1, and then I'm going to do my move.
Okay.
1, 2. So that's my first move. Okay. I could deal with this.
Yeah.
Or
you
explore. But if I go down there, I'm not going to be able to do anything else. My 2 actions will be just to...
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, at this point, the thing is, at this point, we don't have any bad guys on the map.
Yeah.
So the only disadvantage is that we're not going to be exploring this, but we're not going to have to really be worrying about like attacking.
Yeah, and we're going to crest threat anyway, so I might as well go ahead and use my second action to interact.
And just search, yeah.
All right, so looking down the muddy ridge, I notice the tracks are on the shore. So it's a slippery way down, so I know it's going to probably require agility, right? So I'll search it. You descend carefully, struggling to maintain your footing. Test agility. So my agility is 4, which is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh dear. All right, so I do have 1 of these, so I can make it a 2. And that's pretty much all I can do. Yep.
Yeah.
So 2 gives me halfway down the steep slope. The mud gives way beneath you. Keeping your footing, you slide down with care and come to a rest beside the tracks. They are heavy and wide, large for a man's. Strange though it may be, it appears a large number of orcs travel through this way.
Great.
Discard the search token. All right, so I was successful.
And then what happens?
I don't know. Let's continue. You cast your gaze deeper into the wild. Perhaps the remaining thieves and their allies from Mount Graham are hiding in these hills. So 400B is coming out.
Oh, wow. That's a big one.
It's a big tile, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's this ginormous tile.
And it is like this, I think.
All right,
Like
so we're going to
this.
have to
Yeah.
go like that.
Shift.
There
Yeah,
we go.
There we
That's
go.
not bad, right?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
okay.
I think we're still...
Yeah, that's good.
Are we on screen?
We are, but don't move it anymore.
How about like that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that good?
I think so.
All right, let's twist this so that we are good. Yeah,
Okay.
so perfect.
Nice.
Continue. Oh, okay.
So I
101.
said, like, don't even adjust it until we have everything on there because
There's so many tiles.
this is going to have to now go like this, probably.
All right, here's 101A.
Which is like that. Is that what it looks like?
No, it is
No?
over
Yes, it is.
here.
Are you sure?
Yep, because there's the corner of the castle here,
Oh,
which
okay.
touches the top
Yeah.
of that.
Oh.
Are we good?
Yep.
All right, 101A. Oh, gosh. 209.
This is crazy. And then the thing is, like, this map literally changes every time
Yeah.
you play the scenario, so.
Okay,
weird.
so 209 is going... Wow, this is like insanity. Like
yeah.
this, right?
Right.
Okay, so I think we're still good.
think
Yeah, we're
so,
still
yeah.
good. Man, this thing just got like really big.
Yeah.
Okay, 3
Oh,
exploration tokens. Man, they're really pushing us hard.
They are. What did you put this on?
No, it's on. It's on
Did you put
normal.
this on hard?
I did not. Mm-hmm. All right.
'Kay.
You compare the information you've discovered with what you already know of the region. Seeing no obvious signs of the lair, you begin to surmise that the lair where the lair may be, and continue your hunt. Lure increases by 1 and tracks needed 2. So that was
All right,
one of
so
the
you got
tracks.
one of the tracks.
So I
Perfect.
found 1 track.
Yes.
All right. So that was the end of my turn. So we'll end the round. Action phase is over. Shadow phase. Now I think we're going to get some bad things. Shadow deepens. Threat increases
Yeah.
by 8. Wow, that was a
Yep,
big
there
one.
we go.
Boom. From a nearby tree line, you hear the warble of an unfamiliar bird. Then, without further warning, arrows whistle through the air around you. Each hero tests agility of 2, and each hero who fails suffers 2 face-down wounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yikes.
And I will use one of these. We're testing 2, right?
I failed.
You did? Mm-hmm. Do you have anything you can... You don't have any inspiration?
I don't have any. No. All right, so I'm fine. I'll take 2 face-down wounds.
Okay.
That's okay. Face down is kind of bad and good. Like, if you take them face up, they actually trigger other things. If you take them face down, they
Yeah.
don't. But I have a wound capacity of 4, so once I get 4, I'm gonna have to take like a last stand,
I know.
which
we
is
need
bad.
to try and get rid of some of
I
those.
can definitely do that.
Yeah, that's good.
Did you pass?
Oh, you know what I should do? I'm gonna take this inspiration back, right?
Yeah.
Because I had 1 success, but then
Yeah.
I had this one here. But I have travel garb, and it says before you suffer face down damage, you can prevent 1 of that damage.
Okay.
So. Oh no, but I would technically fail.
You fail, so you have to take 2. But
But then
you
I would prevent 1, so I would
Yeah.
really just take 1.
Take 1.
So I'll just use the inspiration and not take it.
not take any. I would do that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you're good. My
What?
cloak costs me inspiration to prevent. So place 1 orc marauder in the indicated space. So
Okay.
an orc marauder.
He's got like the big axe thing and like something in his hand like this.
Oh, that's this guy.
Yes.
All right, so he's
Up
dual
there.
wielding axes. Yeah, so he's coming all the way up here in 302. All right, that's good. He's pretty far away.
We'll see.
No. 1 goblin scout is going there. All right, so that's
right.
not terrible. We've just got a deal. So each hero resets their attack.
I like went through my whole deck this time.
I know. Like, so when you scout, like if it says scout 1, scout 2, scout 3, that's how many cards you draw.
Right.
But you're only ever allowed to prepare 1 of those. And you don't have to prepare any if you don't want.
No.
But it does allow you to kind of place the cards on the top or bottom of your deck to sort of manage when they come out, which is nice. 1, 2. Wow. Okay. So I got my weakness, which is going on the bottom.
Trophies are...
And keen eyes. So my ranged attacks can target enemies 1 additional space away. This one is awesome. This allows me to shoot from 2 spaces away now instead of 1.
Okay.
That is a really good one to have
Right.
prepared. All right, so boom, action phase. It's back to us.
All right. So what are we going to do?
I don't know yet. All right, do you want to lead us off?
Yes, I
Okay.
do. I do. I'm gonna come down here. 1, 2. Explore this.
All right,
guy.
so let's
See where that is here.
see where we are.
Yeah,
So we're
that big
here.
tile. Yep.
Explore. The ruins of a huge castle stand here, partially intact. Discard 1 exploration token, gain inspiration. All right, a rucksack made of tough canvas has been abandoned here.
Okay.
Right in the upper corner. Another one. A collection of stones inscribed with sigils is nearly stacked in a pile.
Here.
Right. And your journey
that's it?
continues. What stinks that they're not on your space.
I know that stinks because I can't really move and then explore
you
again.
sprint?
So I can. Well, I can keep moving.
You
and
can,
just
yeah,
keep
finish exploring.
I
Yeah,
guess.
that's actually pretty good.
Because these tiles are gonna make us not, have a lot of fun. Do you want me to go here or here?
That's up to you. Go there in the
Okay.
corner. So we'll hit the bottom one first. Explore. Peering through the brambles, you find a boggy lowland. A rustle of movement draws your attention to the bulrushes. Discard the exploration token, gain inspiration. Nice. So
Aha! Search token.
a patch of bulrushes may hide tracks. So that's definitely one we want to
Tracks.
explore. Journey continues, so it's my turn.
Okay.
So I'm going to start off by... Oh, man. I'm going to have
I'm
to
gonna
move.
sprint down here. Can you
I
sprint?
cannot sprint.
So what are you gonna do? You wanna attack that guy?
Nope. I'm going to move 1, 2.
Okay.
And from here,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to attack that guy. Because I have a range of 2.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to attack this Goblin Scout. He's got 1 armor and 3 health. So I
Okay.
have to basically
Pierce
hit
his
him
armor.
4.
Yeah.
And I can do that. So I will do my test of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No successes.
No.
All right, but I have some cards here.
But you can do that tattoo. It just stinks because with him, if you don't hit him all the way, like he gets his armor back.
He's all or nothing.
Kind of crap.
Oh, man. All right, so I can use both of my immortality. I'll discard. When you attack, discard to add 2 hits. And then I'll use keen eyes. When you attack, discard to add 2 hits. So
Okay.
that'll hit him for 4. But that really hurts my
Yeah.
prepped skills. But it's enough to kill him. I just didn't want to have
Yeah.
him on the board anymore.
Right.
So I gain inspiration,
Okay.
since you're not nearby.
Yeah, and also I don't need it.
And you don't need it. And that ends my turn. But at the end of my turn, I may discard this skill to gain 1 inspiration or scout 1.
Would you like to
I'm going to scout
Okay.
1. Boom, tireless. Yes, I'm going to do that. Prepare that. At the end of my turn, I may discard this to perform another action that I have not yet performed. So it gives me
Nice.
another action next
Okay.
round. So that is the end of my turn. So let us
Let's
see,
see what this
what
orc
happens
does.
here. This is not good. All right. All right, so he's going to move 1 and attack Barivore or the closest hero. It can't happen, so no target.
Right.
Howling a fierce war cry, the orc marches towards you. 2 spaces towards the closest hero. 1, 2. So he's got nothing on
Yeah.
us. Come on. Shadow deepens. Threat increases by 6. Oh
Nope,
no!
not good.
Wow.
An elderly crow perched in the shadow of a dying elm watches you with malicious intelligence. Its incessant cries grow louder and shriller until it erupts into flight and streaks over your head, followed by the cries of more dangerous foes. It's that same crow from before.
It is.
2 ruffians right here.
Oh no! That's these guys, right?
Yep.
Man, where are they going?
Right here.
Right in 205.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
calling
and they're going to
us
get a
that is-
banner. So you basically just have to find
Yeah.
their banner and just put it. So they get a
It's like a brown.
Oh, it's the
looking
brown
one.
banner?
It's like a tan with like a like this.
with a.
Yeah, it's like
All right, I'll figure that out in a second. Oh, it's that thing, right?
Yeah.
No, is that the yellow banner? Yeah, it's the yellow one. It's like yellowish brown. So you've got a bunch of these banners, and they help you track who's on the board, like what monster groups, in case you have repeat groups. And they also tell you that these guys are elite.
Yeah.
So, which means they're going to be really tough.
All right.
So we're going to rally, which means we scout 2. Reset your deck. Scout 2. Oh,
What?
man, that was terrible.
What?
No, I had like one of my skills I wanted to use before, but I had to use it for that test to kill that goblin.
Oh.
Was to rest 2, which would have healed my 2 wounds.
Oh, crap.
So
Yeah.
that wasn't good. But I had to do it, like, because he would have been on me.
Yeah.
Now
Wow. Choices.
Oh,
The same exact card.
Man, this is not good at all. 1, 2. Ah, here we go. I got it back. Immortality. After next turn, maybe I'll deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Eek. All right, what are you going to do?
I think I'm going to search right here.
Search right there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll deal with the orcs.
Okay.
You deal with the exploration.
Yeah.
Search those bulrushes. Ah, so you're testing might
Testing
here.
might.
Your first steps are arduous and leave your feet caked with thick mud.
2, 3. Wow. Okay. I mean, I could do like 3.
To do a success of 3?
Yeah, let's do that.
1, 2, 3. Let's see what happens.
That's got to be good enough, right?
Pushing aside tall reeds, you locate deep tracks in the mud. Items of armor and a large shield have been cast off, discarded by desperate trials as they sink into the bog. Their escape left a clear path, however, and you note the direction. Gain 1 inspiration, then discard the search token.
Okay.
With the clues gathered and the enemies you have faced, you begin to fear that this is no lair of exiles and lowlifes. What you are closing in on is a stronghold of the enemy. Fledgling though it may be, your fears, unfortunately, have proved true. A darker purpose and master is being served here. Lore increases by 1, tracks needed 1. So that
Okay,
was
so we
another
found-
track found.
Nice.
1 left, which
One
I'm
more.
assuming it's there.
Probably.
All right, so
All right,
that was your
so
first action.
I can go ahead and move. I'll just move here.
Oh, because you moved down?
I didn't move at all.
No, you didn't.
No.
All right, so you're going to explore
Yeah.
this. All right, confirm. Leaves Russell and someone ducks
Oh, you
into
know
a
what I
dense
should
thicket.
do is actually
You want to sprint instead?
sprint
I would do
there
that.
instead of using that as my. So I'll sprint here first.
Right.
And then
You could also scout one now that you
maybe
sprinted.
I can. I'm thinking about. I can. I don't know if I should keep this one out and do this Trailblazer instead, because that'll actually get me an inspiration.
Okay.
Even though I don't like necessarily having my successes sitting out here, but this lets me turn this into a thing, and I get to scout anyway.
Okay.
So
So you
I'll
do gain an
scout
exploration,
one,
and you scout one.
it's another success. Great. I'm not gonna take it though.
But you could leave it on top,
That's what I'm gonna do.
knowing you
Yeah.
have a
Right.
success, right? But you do also get
Yep.
an inspiration, right?
Yes, I do. Okay.
All
Here we
right.
go.
So let's see.
Perfect.
So you have a search token here.
Okay. Possibly concealing tracks with it. Okay.
So
Search token.
search token as indicated.
Okay.
Your journey continues.
All
Okay,
right.
so you do have one more action. Because you
I
searched.
did. I searched
you
and I
sprinted.
sprinted. I'll search this
Now
guy.
you can search
Yeah.
again, or interact rather.
Yep. Interact with it.
A thicket sits quiet and still, shifting shadows, possibly concealing tracks within. Peering into the dark depths of the thicket, you find your eyes locked with another's. An orc's eyes, dark pits of contempt and hatred gaze at you. You have found an ally of the thieves.
No. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I'm testing wisdom.
Wisdom, yeah, testing wisdom.
Excellent. Okay, so that's a 3 for me. So that's 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do a couple things. I have 1 success. I'll go ahead and add 1 here. And then I can use my ancient wisdom. I'll discard this to add 1 success because it's a wisdom test.
So that's 3.
And I can't do anything with that. And I can't do anything with this. Because it just lets me to convert this and scout 1.
Okay, so then it's a test success of 3.
Let's go with 3 and see what happens.
All right, you step into the thicket, and an orchid side stumbles back, caught in the tangle of branches. With a flash of steel, it lashes out and breaks away, leaving a hint As to the direction of its lair, it has dropped its knife, however, when you pick it up for inspection, the dark, brittle metal is cheap craft of Mount Graham. Why and how are these creatures so far from their vile and distant home? Lore increases by 1, then discard the search token.
Okay.
All right. We get a...
Oh, we located the lair.
At last, you've located the hidden lair of your enemy, nestled in an old ruin. Faint silhouettes of sentries dot its high, ruined towers, and you see more movement within. Aware of your nearness, they scramble ready for defense. For all that remains is to devise a way in without their notice before the defenses are prepared.
Okay.
Lore increases by 1. Place a search token.
So what are you going to do?
Final objective, infiltrate the lair. All right, so with the knowledge of destination, you observe outposts and patrols that until now were hidden from your notice.
Great.
3 ruffians in the indicated space.
Perfect. That's right on the search token.
Great. So 3 ruffians, right?
Yes.
So these are these club dudes.
But they're not a group.
3 ruffians. Well, they're not. They're not elites.
Yeah.
And where do they go?
Right here on the same one with the.
Okay, we have the wrong guys up here. This is a group.
Are they? No, they're the same.
No, they are.
They're the same.
Oh, they're saying they're ruffians
yeah.
as well. So we're right.
Right.
Okay. That's why they're bannered.
Right.
Okay, so 3 ruffians on the space. Great. Now it's my turn.
Yeah, so what do you want to do?
Oh my god. I mean, I'm going to have to kill them. Clearly.
Yeah.
But I'm not close enough to do that.
You're 2. You're range 2.
I'm no longer...
Oh, you don't have
I don't have that ability anymore. Well, that keen sight that allows me to shoot 2 spaces away.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, okay. So man.
That stinks. Can you sprint?
No, I can't sprint either. So I'm going to have to move and just...
You can move 1. And then
I can spend an inspiration to move 1 without...
That's true.
Without doing anything. That's like once per turn I can spend inspiration to move 1 space without provoking attack. So I can do that. But that gives me 2 attacks on these guys, which is actually really good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So they are these ruffians.
Okay.
And there's a lot of them.
Yep.
So first attack.
But they're not armored, which is good.
Right. Okay. Where was I? Here?
Yeah.
All right. I'm actually going to move to this one instead.
Okay.
All right.
So at least you're there.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. So I'm going to go test of 4 agility. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 success. Oh. I'm going to have to discard immortality again to give me a +2 at hits. That's not enough to kill him, though. So it's not worth it.
Wait, what are you testing? You're testing agility.
Oh. So I'm going to have to go with that. So that's 1 success equals 2 hits.
Yeah.
1, 2. So it's not going to kill him, but it's something. They don't want to attack back because I'm a space away. So that's my first attack.
Okay.
My second attack is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 success. Oh, man. This is bad again. That's another 2 damage. So that was these guys again, right?
Well, at least you can kill 1. Oh, you can't.
I can't. I can't unless I discard that, but I don't know if I want to discard that.
Yeah, no. Because you need to heal.
Yeah, so I'll do my 2 damage to him. Just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Alright, so they can't attack back.
Are you going to use your tireless?
It's the end of my turn now, so I'm going to use first, I'm going to do rest 2, discard at the end of your turn. Actually, tireless. At the end of your turn, you may discard the skill to perform an action that you've not yet performed this turn. Discard that, and I'm going to do
a search,
interact with this clue. Rucksack of rough canvas. All right, so this pack is filled with supplies. There's at least 3 days worth of food, a clean shirt, a tinder box, and many other odds and ends for traveling. Someone must be missing these supplies. You don't know if you should be taking anything. I'm going to take it. Loot the supplies. All right. If they wanted their supplies, they should have kept better track of their belongings. You decided to take some food since there was so much here. It doesn't feel like the right thing to do, but why let the food go to waste? Still, you feel like you're being looked over your shoulder for some time. Suffer 2 fear, then discard this search token.
No.
All right, so I'm going to take 2 fear.
Okay.
So if it doesn't say to take it face down, then I take it face up. So
that's good because we haven't taken fear yet.
Yeah, so show what this is all about. So here's my 2. First one I flip says, suffer 1 fear face down, then flip this card face down. Now I take another one.
Right.
I have a limit of 6 fear, so this one comes in face up. Deplete another hero's trinket without resolving its effect. If you cannot suffer 1 face down fear.
Deplete another hero's
Trinket. You don't have a trinket, so I suffer another 1 face down. So I've got 4 fear right now.
That's as much. Oh, you
I can hold
carry
6.
fear.
So Legolas he's brave. Legolas the brave. So he's okay.
Legolas the brave.
You have gained the extra rations trinket, so I do get the item.
There you go.
So I will go in the trinket stack, and I don't know why I didn't realize that was the symbol.
Oh, right, yeah.
It was.
Well, it's really small, so.
Yeah, so let's go for extra rations. What does that mean? Wow, is it going to be... There they are. So at the start of the rally phase, you may deplete this item for a hero in your space to discard 1 wound.
All right. That
Cool.
doesn't seem like... That seems like it was very expensive.
No.
To discard a wound, but...
It's cool, though.
That was good.
I took extra food. Mm-hmm. But it will heal you.
Oh, it'll heal you.
All right. You or a nearby hero may immediately equip it. So that'll be me. Thank you very much. So at the end of my turn, I'm going to do a rest 2.
Can you use this?
At the end...
It's
at the start of the... Well, we're not in the rally.
A hero in your space.
Yeah,
Can that include you?
I don't see why not. I'm a hero in my space.
Okay.
I'm going to use my immortality to rest 2. Discard at the end of your
okay.
turn. Discard 2 face down wounds.
Or fear.
I'm going to get rid of the wounds.
Okay.
Okay. So that is it. This is not
I would have gotten rid of
good.
a fear and a wound.
Really? But
Yeah, because you're about to get rid of another
all right,
fear.
give me 1 wound face down.
You know what I mean? You see what I mean?
Maybe. All right, so...
I just want you to die before we complete this mission.
I don't want to die either. Shadow phase. This is where bad things happen.
Attack Legolas.
Move 1.
Yeah, they can do it.
Well, who's going? It's this axe guy.
Oh, the
he
orc.
Cannot.
It's the orc, yeah.
He cannot. So he's going to do no target. He moves 2 spaces towards me. 1, 2. So he's there. All right. So this guy is going to move 2 and attack Legolas.
Yep.
They can move there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this is bad news. Bad news bears. So they're going to attack. Oh! So strength isn't... So they're going to do 5 hits to me. Strength negates it. All right.
Might.
Or might, rather. Yeah, so I only have 2 might. This is not good. 1, 2 successes.
Nice.
And I'll discard this. When you test might, you may discard this to add 1 success. So that's 3 successes. So I'll get rid of 3. So I can allocate it any way I want. So I'll take 2. I'll take 1 fear and 1 wound. So I take the wound face up.
Here's your fear.
All right. So my fear is keep this card face up. If you would discard a face up fear, flip this face down instead. All right. So that counts as 2 for now. Flip this card face down. It's
Weariness.
weariness. All right. So that's just another wound.
Okay.
All right. So that's them. Now these guys are going to move 2 and then attack Barivor or the closest hero.
These guys, right?
They're going to come down to you.
So they will.
Thank gosh.
I know.
All right. Attack you. So they're
Okay,
gonna do...
so I'm going to get rid of hidden. If you're attacked before you test, prevent all and discard this boon.
Okay.
So that way I don't get any of that stuff.
All right. So hidden goes away.
Goes back in the hidden compartment. And I do get 2 fear, but I can test might. So I have 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I have 1 success. So I could take a fear, or I could use one of these. But I don't think I will, because I know I'm going to have to fight these guys.
So you'll take a fear.
So I'll just take the fear.
Okay.
Fear factor. Flip this card face down. That's cool.
All right. So you're good.
So.
Shadow deepens. Start increases by 5. Rally phase.
Now, what do you do in
okay.
rally phase? Is there something
Start of the rally phase, you may deplete this item for a hero in your space to discard 1. So I'm in my space. I'll discard 1.
I'm in my space. I will take
And then scout 2. All right. Wow, this is crazy. Yeah, this is no good.
This This is no bueno at all.
Nope. All right.
All right.
So Scout 2. 1, 2.
When you test wit, you may discard. This is when you test.
All right. I'm going to put honed agility on here.
Do that
Bring
one.
this up here.
Okay.
And that is action phase.
Great.
All right. I forgot to put trinket. So when you get a trinket, it's going to have so many charges. So this trinket actually has 2 charges. So it would start with 2 of these tokens.
Right, but you used one.
I used 1 already, so I have 1 charge left on it. Okay, so we have a lot of fighting to do apparently.
Uh-huh.
And I've got I got 2 different warrior groups in my space right now.
Okay.
But what I'd like to do, if possible, is go and explore that before I fight.
Can you don't have any inspiration to discard?
I don't. So, I really can't get out of this space to sprint.
No.
Are you able to sprint without?
No.
Man. Yeah, see, we're in trouble. They all jumped on us and pretty much locked us down. Right? Because you could go, but you're going to provoke them.
Yeah, I mean, I have some things that'll let me scout additional cards.
Okay.
Which, maybe if I were to strike, like this one, for example, my Ways of Old, when I test, I can discard this to convert one of my inspiration symbols or the fate symbols into a success, and then it lets me scout.
Okay.
So, like, maybe I'll be able to scout something that lets me get you into my space, or I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do this, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this is a lot of people I have to kill,
Oh, yeah, I know. Well,
And I don't have big hits.
you kind of do. You stun, too, so you have some pretty good stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Might as well go out in a blaze of glory.
All right. Well, let's try.
You gonna
Do
fight?
you want me to go first?
Fight the ruffians.
Okay.
All right, it's the group. You're gonna fight the group of 3, and one of them's already hurt.
Okay. So here we go. I'm going to be testing agility because that's my staff that I have here. So 1, 2, 3. Nothing. Got nothing. I mean, I can spend 1.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I can spend 1, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And
That'll kill one of them.
kill one of them, right? Which is good. My alternative would be to use my Ways of Old and then also scout 1.
What does that do? Oh, that converts one of those into a success?
But I'm nervous about scouting it all because it's going to be my successes and I don't.
But you don't have to equip it.
Right.
Right.
So do you think I should?
I think you should do that.
Do you think I should?
Yeah.
So I'll do this instead to turn that into a success.
Right. So that's going to do.
And that'll
how much
do
damage
1.
does 1 success do?
So 1 success will do 2 hits.
2 hits. So I'll do 2 damage. That
And I
means
can scout 1.
1 comes off.
Okay. Time of need. When you test, if you do not reveal any success, you may discard this skill to convert all
right.
fate to success.
So, enemy can attack.
Yes.
So they're going to do 2 and 2, but spirit negates.
Spirit negates?
Yeah.
3. Do I have to test?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or can I just
I wouldn't take the full.
take the hit? Well, I only take 1.
Remove, what does that say?
Before you suffer face down. Oh, it's not face down, though. Never mind.
Right.
All right, so with spirit is 3. 1, 2, 3.
2 successes.
So I could take I'll take a fear. Do I have to do the
No, you could take
damage
either
first?
one.
All right. Discard 1 inspiration and flip this card's face down.
All right. So that's 1. You just need to take 1 fear or 1 wound.
I don't know.
Take the wound.
You think?
You have a max of 5 of each.
Well, I have a max of 6 fear,
6 is
actually.
fear, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you
guess
don't
I'll
want
take
it to
a wound.
spread into 2 more fear. And then,
Right.
'cause
Okay. Flip this card face down. It's
All right.
weakness. So I just have a wound. That's not a big deal. All right. What?
Okay.
And I can keep scouting. I'm nervous to do that. You know what I mean?
All right, you can fight them again.
I'm going to have to, yeah, because I can't move. So go ahead and I'll fight him again.
Okay.
All right. So we're testing agility again. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
So I could do... Unfortunately, I can't use either of these. I can spend an inspiration. I hate spending these like this much, though. If I do 2, I can do 3 hits and stun.
That won't kill one of them, though.
Well, I can't do anything that's going to kill him. So
Yes, you can.
What?
Use an inspiration, and you'll have 2 successes, right? Use 2 inspiration, you'll have 3 successes. And then you can do the 2 and the 1, which will be 5 hits. That'll kill the first one and stun the second.
Oh, is that what that'll do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Because
if you combined
you're
them.
allowed to use all of the attacks on your attack card.
I just don't like
You
using
just can't
all
use
these
them twice.
inspiration.
I know. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah,
So
but you're not in a very good boat, and you're telling
I'm
us-
not. So where are you now? How many hits was that?
5. Well, it's okay. So wait a minute. So I spent 2, and then I have 1 like natural success, I guess.
Yep.
So that'll be 3 hits plus 2 hits. So it's 5 hits altogether, and then stun.
And a stun. Boom. So we remove a ruffian.
Yep.
So you've knocked them down to 1 dude.
Right.
And he's stunned,
Yeah.
which is good. So he's
So
not going
he's
to
not
do
gonna
anything.
attack me.
He's not going to do anything.
Okay.
And even, I think if you leave, he can't even be provoked.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah, because he's stunned
Yeah.
this round.
Okay.
And that was the end of your turn.
Yeah, and I can't sprint, unfortunately, or I would just sprint out of here. But
I wish I could sprint out
I
of
know.
here. So I'm going to have to fight these dudes. And that's not good because this guy is 10 and he's bloodthirsty, which means when this group attacks, its damage is increased.
This isn't good at all.
So I kind of have to kill them if I can.
Can you just pass?
I'm not passing anything because they're going to attack me anyway next round. So I'm going to go after the ruffians.
Okay.
The elite ruffians. Leave the orc be. So
Where's the orc?
he's right here.
Oh, yeah,
He's
he
got
kind
the
of looks
axes.
like the same.
So I'm going to test agility on here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 success. And I'm going to discard this. When you test
Yeah,
agility, may
that's
discard
good.
this to add 1. So that's 2
Perfect.
successes, which
That's
does 5
5
damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom.
Done.
Kills one of them.
Good. Goodbye.
All right, that's 1. Can he attack? Yes. So he's going to hit me for 3. So I can pull 2 of these to do might. That's 1 success. I'm going to have to take, wow,
2.
2 wounds. Man, that hurts.
Yeah, you don't have
I don't have any inspiration to negate it, so I'll take 2 wounds.
All right.
Face up.
Here.
Deplete one of your
Yep.
things without resolving its effect and flip this card face down. So I'm out of rations,
crushed.
basically. He crushed me. Then flip this face down. Each nearby hero flips 1 fear face up. You're not nearby. Then flip this face
Oh, yeah,
down.
that's right. Okay. So that's it.
Yeah, so that's...
Because it's like...
They use
putrid
putrid boils,
boils.
so everybody else around me gets
Everyone's like,
scared.
"Ugh." So
All right, so that's their attack.
Now you can attack again.
I'm going to attack him again.
Alright.
Maybe I should just kill him. Wow!
No,
The Orc
kill the other
Marauder?
guy.
Look how strong he
Just
is.
kill the other guy.
He's got 7.
I know, but...
I have to kill him. He's going to hit me.
You're not going to be able to kill him.
All right, I'll kill these guys.
You can only hit him for 5.
I know. 1, 2, 3,
There you go.
4. 2
all you need.
successes.
Done.
And that's 2 successes for me is 5 hits.
See, now at least you don't have to worry about it.
Boom.
Out.
Take that.
And take your flag with you.
And I get an inspiration for that.
You are a nearby hero.
That was terrible. Dead.
Dead.
End.
That was a bloodbath.
It was.
All right, Shadow Phase. Let's see what they do to us. Attack by Revoir. Who's that? The orc?
That's the orc.
He
Move 1 or closest hero, so he's going to
He's gonna
attack me.
you. Okay.
2. So I get to test 2 might. 1, 2. And I got nothing. So I'm going to take 2 wounds. That's going to kill me. So let me get my 1 wound. And what does this say? Flip 1 wound face up, then flip this face down. Oh, which one? Does it matter which one I flip face up?
Yeah, are you allowed to look at them?
I guess. Doesn't matter. Flip this face down.
And then like it's flipped again.
And then flip this face down. So that's 4 wounds. I don't even got to take that because I've already hit my 4 wound limit. So I actually have to test.
For your last
hurrah.
Wait.
Oh, hold on. I got to do, because I got to do my guy last stand.
Oh.
Because I could die here. Is this damage or fear?
Was that that was the end of the end of the shadow phase?
Yeah.
They didn't move this guy?
He's already activated. He's stunned. He can't do anything.
Oh, he's stunned. Okay.
And then they got to attack me.
Okay.
And that's all. Remember, that's why I said stun him, because he's out. You muster your last ounce of strength. So I've got to test might of 1. And I know I don't have any successes left.
But you have this.
Oh, I do.
Yes.
Wow. I pass. Discard all face down and gain 1 inspiration and continue the adventure. Well, I think, yeah, so that's all gone. So he came back.
Legolas for the win.
Woo. So now it's going to get harder every time I do a last stand.
Oh,
so reset your deck and test. Oh my god. That was just like so bad.
But see, because you fought that other guy, you got that inspiration.
I got the inspiration. I totally
You got the inspiration.
forgot.
Like, you're like, I can do this.
Well, he can do this. He's the immortal.
Yeah. He went on that boat.
So 2 scout. I'll do Undying Might, because that is good for defense. And honed agility. I'll put that underneath. Even though that's good for attack. Yeah, maybe I'll swap that. I'm going to do agility. Let's put might underneath. All right.
Okay.
All right, we're close. We're close.
Action. So I can go here. He's stunned. He cannot be provoked.
No, he's
right?
not anymore.
Okay.
He would have been grayed out, so he's no longer stunned. Everybody kind of refreshes.
All right. I will go first.
Okay.
So I'll attempt to kill this guy.
Okay. So he's only got 4 health.
4? Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2. Wait, what am I doing? 3?
Mm-hmm.
3. Ah! Okay, but guess what? I can use my time of need. When you test, you do not reveal any success. You may discard this skill to convert all of your fate to successes.
So that's 3 successes.
Which is going to do 3 hits and 2 hits and stun him, but it's not going to matter because he's dead.
5 hits and stun. What happens? This is in the time of need.
Remove 1 ruffian.
And you get inspiration.
Yay. Okay. I'm so inspired.
All right, that was your first action.
All right, so my second action, I'm going to discard this to sprint.
Mm-hmm.
To here.
Mm-hmm.
That does allow me to scout 1 if I wanted to, which I think I will. Boom.
Oh,
late.
perfect.
Perfect. And I'll put that right in the bottom.
All right. It's your weakness. You're always late.
It is, yes.
Okay, so
Late to
you
the
are
game.
right over there
Yep,
now.
so I will explore this as my second action.
Second action. So the enemy's lair is hidden within an old ruin. All that remains is to devise a way in without their notice. So let's search. Careful to avoid discovery. You scout the area around the old fort.
lovely.
Test your wit.
That's 2. 1, 2. Great.
Okay.
I mean, I could get 2. I don't know if that's going to be enough, though. Do you think it's going to be enough? You sure?
2, how?
Well, I can discard this for 1 success.
On wit.
My clever wit.
I would do it.
And then I can discard my inspiration for 2.
Okay. 2.
I feel like it's not going to be enough, though.
It's worth a shot.
No, it's not. Because I think it
is.
needs to be 3 or higher. I should have scouted. All right. I'll try it.
For 2?
I guess.
Okay.
I just feel like it's not going to be... I'm going to give this all up. You know what I mean?
I know, but we can do it. You can crack at it again next turn.
Not if I get killed by that guy.
I'm going to kill him on my turn. Or I'm going to try to hurt him pretty
It's
bad.
just that I have no other real ways to get inspiration anymore.
I know.
I'm so uninspired, you know. All right, just do the 2, and we'll see.
All right. The patrols, though lacking in vigilance, are surprisingly numerous, and you are not yet able to locate a way in.
I told you. It's not worth it. Stupid.
All right.
I shouldn't have done it.
Hey, you got to try.
No, I don't. Because I knew it wasn't going to be enough.
Right.
You always need to have, like, more than 3.
Maybe. Well, at least you have to do it multiple times.
Or maybe it's multiple times.
It might be multiple, unless you have a real good...
I feel like that always happens. I always get there and I'm like...
Just short?
Just short,
Well,
yeah.
I'm going to fight this guy because
All right.
he needs to be fought. So I'm going to do a 4 agility test to kill him. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
All right.
So I can do 2 successes, which will do 5 hits.
And 2 hits.
And 2 hits.
Discard that.
If I discard this, we'll add 1.
No.
Yeah,
1
discard
success.
that. We'll add 1 success, which gives me
2
3
hits.
successes, which is 2 hits and 5 hits, which is 7 damage.
Yes, which is exactly what you need.
Boom.
Done. Goodbye.
I get inspiration for that.
Or I get inspiration for that.
Yeah, you could, but I'll take it. And he dies. So all of the monsters are actually off the board.
Okay.
My last action will be to move into that space, but I don't get to do anything about it.
Okay.
Because I'm out of action.
Yes.
So let's end the phase. There are no creatures on the board, thankfully. The shadow deepens, increases by 5. I think we're going to crest it
Yeah,
again.
we are. Great.
As the last sliver of setting sun dips out of sight, a long, hungry howl sweeps across the valley. The feeling of being watched intensifies. Surely no ordinary thieves would be so allied with the darkness. Each hero suffers 3 face-down fear, but spirit will negate it. And I only have 2 spirit. Ugh. 1,
3.
2, 1 success. So I have to take 2 face-down fear.
I have 2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
So I will get 1 face down fear.
So I... Ugh.
What are you over your limit again?
So I get, well, I negated 2 of it. I negated 1. I can discard 1 of these to negate another one.
Okay.
So I get to take, I have to take 1 fear. Face down.
Okay.
And I'm not over my limit. I have a limit of 6. So I'm really close, though.
All right.
We have monsters coming on. So 1 orc hunter. Oh, so these are ranged. These are no good.
that's not good.
So he's going to come on here, which he's in range of us. So continue. And we rally.
All right. We got to do this.
Yeah, we're in
Now.
trouble. We have to finish this. Scout 2. All right, so it's action phase. So we both get a real good crack at getting this entrance.
Yeah. All right. I'll do Trailblazer. Perfect. That is going to go at the top.
Scout 2. 1, 2. I'll do my honed agility again.
Oh, nice.
I'll leave that on top. Actually, when you attack, discard that, add 3 hits. That's insane. But I need that success. All right.
All right. Ready?
Go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna
Boom.
Go ahead.
Back.
Okay. Back into the thing.
Oh, test wit. Scout the area.
1, 2. Nothing.
1 success. Right?
Yeah.
The patrol's lacking vigilance. Surprising. You are not able to locate a way in. All right, you get to go at it again.
All right. This is like so pointless. It's just it's such a waste. Such a waste. I should have just ran away. I should have just ran away and let you do it because now this guy's going to try to kill me.
I can kill him. Oh my god, he's got 8 health.
Yeah, can you? Don't think so.
Yeah, I can't. He's gonna hit me first. All right, I'm gonna run away. No, I'm just kidding. I will test. I'm gonna test. We have to find a way in.
Yeah, we definitely do.
I have 3
That's
wit,
good,
though,
so-
that's something. 1, 2, 3. So that's 2 successes, right? Mm-hmm. 1, 2. Slipping past the last patrol, you find your way into the structure without raising an alarm. The heroes win. You have caught the bandits by surprise and will face the bandit leader on even footing in the next adventure. Lore increases by 2, and each hero receives 4 experience points.
Yes. So maybe we just had to get like collectively enough.
Collectively
points.
enough to get in there.
Right.
Next chapter. We're not even going to tell you what that means. So let's go talk about it.
All right.
All right.
That was quite the good adventure.
Thank you for joining us on that journey.
I know, on that journey through Middle Earth, where Legolas almost died.
Legolas almost died,
But his inspiration got him through.
He was inspired. Inspired to get through to the end. So,
So let's talk about this.
Yes.
Anything you want to say before we get started talking about it? Or no?
I'm really disappointed we didn't have time to paint the minis before we played this.
Yes.
But we haven't really had time to paint anything lately.
We haven't. I even got you like the airbrush.
I know. I can't wait to get back to that, to be honest.
But
more play, less paint,
alas.
Unfortunately.
Yes,
Too many games in the queue.
Yes.
But
so one day they will be painted along with everything.
With everything
all the other
else.
minis that are on the shelf. But in any case, let's talk about this from a replayability standpoint.
Yes.
Actually, I'm very impressed with the replayability here because we've played through the first scenario a couple times just to get like a feel for it before we played it, on screen for you.
Yeah.
And I feel like every time, even though we're playing through the same first scenario, it always plays out differently.
The map is different. The different monsters come out.
Depending on who you're playing with, because we have tried a couple different characters, and that changes things as well.
And there's different professions for each character.
Right.
Every character has different stats and passive abilities. There's different equipment, and
then you can control that too.
Oh, of course.
So it's like they give you suggestions, but then like if you wanted to kind of mix it up, you could always do that too.
That's right.
So it's not set.
And then as you level later in the campaign, you can kind of switch those out at certain points,
Right.
and it does add some flexibility. Plus, you get to purchase new abilities, new skills. Your weapons upgrade. Like there's just so many things that are going to happen later on that is great. But the campaign is linear, and it has an endpoint. So there are only so many scenarios you're going to get to play through before you're done. And how many times do you want to play through the same campaign? But with that said, knowing Fantasy Flight, there will be expansions to this, and so the game will have legs. There's no doubt.
Right.
Legs.
So,
Legolas. Yeah. So from a replayability standpoint, I think there are limits to it, but I think out of the box, you're going to get a pretty chunky experience.
Cool.
First off, yeah.
All right. Awesome. Weight and audience. Who's this for?
This is people who like adventure, I think.
I think so too. I would say I feel like I'm a pretty good barometer for audience when it comes to adventure, combat, minis, things like that, because they don't tend to be like my go-to experience. But I love the cooperative, like you're running around together trying to do stuff.
Yes.
And I like that this has a lot of search and the combat is easy to understand. The app, of course, and no surprise there, does a great job at kind of managing the experience for you.
Yep.
It actually engages you as well because it's not just like, you don't feel like you're just kind of doing math, but like just all the art and everything, even on the app, is like, you feel like that guy has armor and stuff. You know what I mean? So, so it's kind of nice that, that I appreciate. So I think that this would be accessible for even folks who aren't typically like the run around a map, kill orcs and stuff kind of people. And again, your characters also give you the ability to kind of, like Legolas is a fighter. So if you're into the hunt, then that might be a character you enjoy playing with. Where if you prefer to like kind of run around and search or be stealthy in other ways, then there's characters for that too.
Yeah, you could be Bilbo, who's a burglar, and he's just constantly hiding and doing things like that. So there's definitely a lot of that. And this doesn't feel, and like you want to compare this to some of the other games of the sort, from Fantasy Flight, especially like Descent, right? Because Descent is an app-driven, became an app-driven game, and it looks similar, right, for all intents and purposes, but it does not feel to me anything like that game where you've got a character, your character has specific skills, you're using those skills to attack with dice rolls, and they're mitigating, they have attacks, they're attacking back. It just feels more like a rolling luck-based dungeon crawl, where to me this doesn't feel like that at all. Mainly because of the way you manage your character board, and that it's very like you have a deck, and not all of your skills are always available.
Right.
They don't have like a certain round cooldowns and stuff like that. Like you get it out there, you've got multiple ways you can play your cards, whether it be keeping them in the deck to give you successes or having them out and prepared to use as a one-time big boost in a fight that you're going to need that, right?
Right.
So I think a lot of that changes the way the interaction is with your tests, whether it's tests against monsters or tests against some of these exploration
like searches
tests.
and stuff,
the searches. And so I think that really gives it less of a miniatures on the board
luck-based
feel where there is some luck in your deck with being able to pull successes, but you have so many other ways to sort of mitigate just pulling a success and boosting it. And cards, can take place of having to draw.
And on that note too, I will say, and I know we're derailing a little bit from like the weight and audience thing, but I think from an accessibility standpoint, it matters.
It does matter, yeah.
When you're reading through the passages in the app as well, you kind of do get these clues, and you saw a little bit of that as we were playing, that you'll start to learn throughout the campaign, where it's like, okay, I feel like I'm going to need agility for this. So if you know you're going to go after that, then maybe when you're preparing, you make sure that you have, something to boost agility tests just in case.
Yep.
So I feel like I agree. Like you do have more control over what's going on.
Yep. I wouldn't necessarily classify this as a heavy game at all.
No.
I'd say it's probably like a mid-weight-ish just to learn the mechanics of managing your deck. But I think outside of that, the app does all the real complex stuff for you and bookkeeping for you.
Yeah.
So it kind of takes all of that out of it so that you can focus on the adventure part of it.
Right, which is the fun part.
Which is the fun part, which I think is phenomenal.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think there's definitely, there's a wide audience that this could appeal to.
Right.
So I think that's great, but especially because the app is doing all the chunky bookkeeping that nobody really, it turns a lot of people off.
It turns me off a lot because we can kind of segue into theme and components and stuff because the app is a big part of this. But as from like an experience standpoint, that's why I don't usually like doing a lot of the dice rolling, like because I don't like thinking about like what does this person do and how many strikes does this guy have and what do I have to do and he's got some kind of armor or something.
Right.
Like the app takes care of all that. It makes it very clear for you, and so you can just enjoy the adventure.
Yeah.
Which is what we want.
Which is what you want out of a game like this. This isn't more of an experience than it is kind of like a math game where you're just trying to outnumber your good red dice rolls versus your blue dice rolls from the bad guy, right? Yeah. So I like that.
But what else about the theme components do you want to talk about? I mean, obviously we like Lord of the Rings.
Well, there's quite a bit really to say about theme here. Lord of the Rings, no matter what, I'm drawn to it just regardless because I'm a huge fan of it.
Right.
But I think thematically, and this has been said by a number of folks who've played this game, and a lot of feedback I've heard, specifically around, I guess, being true to the story. And I guess for the period, like you've got certain characters who wouldn't normally be grouped up with certain characters in this time period. I guess it's supposed to take place between Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, where you've got sort of like Gimli and Legolas and Strider, right? Aragorn, who really haven't come together to adventure until Lord of the Rings, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. You've got a couple of other characters thrown in, like there's Beravor and there's another elf that are not popular.
Bearavor's a human.
Was a human?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you've got a human, you've got another elf character who are not known really, and then that makes more sense because you should be these kind of offshoot characters that are like sub-heroes that kind of go around and do all this stuff,
in that universe.
Not part of the bigger campaign that's actually happening. So, like, they probably would have been better off not including Legolas and Aragorn and Gimli, and kind of focusing on other things, right? So that kind of like breaks up. Even like Bilbo, right? Because you've got Bilbo, and you could have Bilbo and Gimli adventure together. Yeah. But it's like, is that young Bilbo and young Gimli? Because the timelines don't really tie up. Because if you think about it, in The Hobbit, you've got Bilbo, younger Bilbo, adventuring with Gloin, who's Gimli's father, which doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
So it just, like that can kind of break the immersion in it. But if you kind of separate all that out and just say, you know what, I'm just adventuring in this universe with a couple of characters I love and leave it at that, then it won't bother you as much. So it doesn't really bother me.
Right.
It doesn't feel like if you're trying to get the experience like you're playing in one of the movies, you're not going to have that because this is not that period. the characters may not make sense, but whatever. Just think of them as, all right, this is a dwarf and this is an elf and this is a human, and they're all going to do cool things.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of broke it. But aside from that, I think app-wise, component-wise, it's nothing less than what you would expect from any other Fantasy Flight game, because it's premium quality.
Art's fantastic.
Art's phenomenal.
Minis are fantastic.
The card art, which I am very grateful for, isn't movie stills, which I cannot.
Right, I know. That's like your biggest pet
It's
peeve.
my biggest pet peeve is actually looking at movie stills of characters. Like take for example, like the Firefly game.
Right.
Love that game. Hate the fact that they are photos from the movie. Right. So I'm grateful. The art here is, and if I'm correct, this is actually the art taken from the Lord of the Rings card game. The living card game. A lot of these cards I recognize, like the Legolas, the Bilbo, for example. Like those are art from there, which I think is phenomenal. And it doesn't, like Legolas in this picture looks nothing like the Legolas in the movies, which I think is awesome, because that's how you want it to be. Like this is, I don't want to feel like I'm playing the movies. I want to feel like I'm playing the books, to be quite honest. The minis are great. Really well detailed. Again, like there's nothing short of what you would expect. There's a ton of cards in this game, ton of components. Everything is great. The app is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Best of its kind so far. A lot of people compare this to Mansions of Madness, the second edition, the one that's app driven. We've never played it.
No.
Not because we didn't want to play it. I've actually owned it, but traded it away without.
Painted all the minis and then.
No, that was the original. Yeah, that was the original version.
Okay.
But when I bought the second edition, and never actually take it out of shrink and traded it away, mainly because, quite frankly, I'm personally done with the Cthulhu. Yeah, like I'm done with Cthulhu games. Like I just cannot do that theme anymore for me. It just doesn't appeal to me at all. Yeah. So bringing this sort of mechanism into Lord of the Rings, that works. You know, doing this in the Star Wars with the app one for Imperial Assault, that works. Like, but Cthulhu can kind of go on the side for me personally. But that's my rant.
Very good.
Okay.
All of that coming from a gentleman who actually owns. How many swords do you have? Lord of the Rings swords?
I do have. I have
several.
Yeah, I have swords. We'll just leave it at that. We do have Strider's sword. Yes.
All right. So, fun factor. I think you have fun with this one.
Yeah. At the end of the day, like what do we get? So, go ahead. How did you feel?
So the first time we played, I think I was about to flip the table and like throw tiles all over the place because I was playing the character not well. I don't think I was preparing necessarily to be attacked.
Yes.
And I think you were also playing a character who was doing more searching than fighting, so neither of us had a very strong fighting character.
Yeah.
And we were being attacked very quickly because we were focusing more on like the searching. So I have come to really appreciate the balance in being prepared to fight, understanding how the shadow phase works. So you saw during the game at one point, like we kind of ran away from where we knew the monsters were because we knew that they wouldn't be able to move and attack. Just kind of understanding that they're not going to move like 7 and try to attack somebody, at least not at this point. So I think as we were able to better strategize and understand the characters that we're playing and how they work, it was a lot more fun.
Yeah.
And I really did enjoy that challenge, and also learning how to kind of work your board, not get freaked out because you're getting close to like your fear limit or your injury limit, your wounds. And like you saw in this play where like Legolas almost died. But it's like, oh, wait a minute, I have that one inspiration. Like I can use that and mitigate all of this.
Change everything.
The course of the whole game. Like you don't feel so much like you're just defeated and now somebody else has to finish out the game.
Right.
So I really, as somebody who doesn't really do a lot of like combat and stuff like that, I really, really, really had fun with this one.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, this is really, really good. I mean, there's a couple of tweaks that could be made, and I hope that they enhance in the future, especially with the app. Like the app doesn't let you go back, right? So there have been times where you're like, oh, I'm going to do this, and then as soon as I hit confirm, you're like, oh wait, no, I forgot I had this card. I'm going to do this instead.
Yeah.
You can't take that back now. Like the app does not let you go back.
Which I guess kind of makes sense because they don't want you to like explore something and then now you know what it is and now you're going to go back.
But that should be your choice, right? If you want to cheat, that's on you. Go ahead and cheat and then have a lesser experience because of that. But if it's truly a mistake and you were like, you know what, I would have used this instead. I forgot. We hit the button too fast. Like you should be able to go back and kind of like pick and choose. You should have just a lot more flexibility in the app to do what you want to do because it should be as open as any board game is. Like if I want to do something different, I should be able to just go back 2 moves and do it again. But that's my experience and that's how I want to do it.
Yeah.
But the app does limit you there. So I think that should be noted. Again, I think another thing is with the characters and the theme and all that stuff. But otherwise, I didn't know what to expect with this one, to be quite honest. But I think this whole card engine way exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
I would have pegged this for another dice roller.
Yeah.
Where, kind of like a la Descent, where you're just rolling dice to attack. Have it be more combat focused, but it wasn't. It's definitely focused on the adventure, which I appreciate. And the key thing, as you said, is if you get hung up on just fighting every monster that comes out on the board and that's how you spend your turns, you will lose every time. You are in a race to get to the objective. They tell you what you need to do, and if you ignore that and you stay put and you just try to like hit every search token, you will lose. Yeah. Like that's just the reality of it. So you have to just kind of go into this knowing that we're in a race against time. The forces of evil are way outnumbering us,
and everything matters.
Yeah, the longer we linger, the more we're going to attract, and they get stronger.
Even like the longer that these exploration tokens stay out, because that increases your lore and stuff, and that increases like potentially like your threat.
Your threat, yeah.
I will say, so the campaign version, and the other thing that I think I will come to really appreciate about this as well is that it's not like you necessarily have to remember exactly where everything was. Right. So every time you go into a new chapter, you're resetting up the map. Yep. Right. So it's very similar to like how you saw this first one go. Right. So it's very easy to kind of take out and play the next
scenario
where you don't have to have the whole thing out on the table.
Yeah. Even if you break it down, you can save your campaign, and then it'll pick up right where you left off, and you'll know exactly how to set it all back up again. You just have to remember how your character was. Right. So you'd want to probably finish your scenario before you do that.
I don't know why you wouldn't anyway.
Yeah, and then all the tiles are double-sided. There's a ton of them. There's indoor tiles, like cave system tiles. Like so, it's really complex, and there's a whole like battle sheet system, which we won't even go into. A lot of this stuff is for you to discover. We don't want to give that away because I think half the enjoyment of this game is discovering all these different things and the enjoyment of figuring out how to do this. But the reason we tell you kind of how to go out playing the maps is because you will get very frustrated and you could end up hating the game because you feel it's too hard. But it's really not if you just do what you're supposed to do, what the game intends you to do, right? Not really what you want. I want to just fight. That's probably not going to be a good success for you. So, and anyway,
I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah, so I really like this one.
Yes, I do too.
All right, so we hope you enjoyed the playthrough, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.